we find ourselves here on this winding road we all call life with another fellow traveler, a good friend of mine, T, new T, soon to be Q.
Newt, Ternula, Tierney, Tiernicles, all the names that I know that have been called on my travels.
Those are some really cool names. I mean, with T, it's so diverse, you can do so many names with it, and all of them are like sounding kind of right. Yeah, thank you for being here and for being part of this project called Kamal the Wandering Lion.
Well, cheers to tea.
Cheers to tea. I drink a tea with tea. I guess no one ever said that.
Thank you for giving me the space to have this conversation with you and see what we can find and explore Fury.
Ooh, that is a good. Oh, I like it. I don't have anything to add to that. So, let's jump right in with the first of my core questions. What sparked your journey? The moment you knew you had to leave something behind or start something new?
I was at the moment and in life in a position where nothing was moving forward. I was growing, but at some point there was no more room for me to develop as a person because I wasn't in an environment that was allowing me to flourish. And I think this is an important quality to creating your own self and understanding your own meaning to what you want. So I had the opportunity at one point long ago to do studies abroad, and it really called to me because it was about nature and the environment, and I had the ability to go from somebody that had never traveled before and was afraid of other cultures, countries, and being far away from my family, that they provided like all the easy means to get there, like accommodation, food, income, travel. They organized everything for me to go do those studies. So it was like an easy step to take. And that was the first step I took to then begin to run after this, because that was the moment that I knew that I wanted to see more of the world and not stay in one room in my house. I wanted to explore everything.
How long was that ago?
That was now 9 years ago. That was the first move I made. I went to Finland and really connected with the people there and the idea of being completely outside of your comfort zone and being able to create your own identity that doesn't feel like it's attached to the environment that you grew up in and the people around you. You could remodel and reshape yourself to the way that you believe that you are. So that was the first dive I took.
You said first time out of your comfort zone. What was it that took you out of the comfort zone? Where was your comfort zone that you were able to get out to be able to develop your character or your persona?
I think for all those years previously, I had the same group of friends and I never made friends outside of that. So I relied heavily upon them for being my emotional support, my social life, my ability to ask for people when I needed favors or when I needed help with something. And that comfort zone was like very small, very small. It was a handful of people. So the idea of leaving that behind and taking a step forward, that no longer I have the safety net of and comfort of those people, was probably the way to start to create my own adaptability and confidence in myself to do all of these things alone, like physically, mentally, and emotionally as well.
And what would you say, how long did it take you to adapt to the new environment, to also realize that it's a good thing that you're out of the comfort zone, that you try the new things and dip your toes in fresh waters.
I think it took me maybe 6 months, because I remember when I first went over, I was very nervous and very anxious, and I relied a lot on, I would say, alcohol to allow me to like socialize and overcome the um anxiety I had inside me of being myself. And then slowly, I was also aware that like this is not a healthy way to get to the point that I want to be. So once I had that conversation with myself and looked inside, I started to just try to do activities and meet people outside of nightclubs and parties and pubs. And then I started to make more meaningful connections after this by taking up activities in the nature and meeting people in social spaces that don't revolve around alcohol. So I would say, yeah, it took like 6 months to get to that point.
I'm glad you did. It's been an honor to meet you, and I think if you would have taken other steps, you might not have been ending up here. So
Definitely.
that's really cool. And I think I forgot a really important thing, because I think it's also really important that you introduce yourself.
Oh, yes.
So maybe you don't. Oh, I have an idea. We can make a game out of it. You have to tell me and the audience who you are, but not where you're from. Like, I want to know who you are, not where, how old you are, like all those characteristics, they don't matter, but you as a person, who are you?
I am the way I am because my parents are extremely kind people that from an early age, they taught me about empathy and kindness and being respectful to all people, to not make judgment and jokes if that is punching down on a minority or somebody that you perceive to be lower than you. And because of this, me and my siblings have always tried our best to do what we can in our energy and our lives to be fulfilled by having a sense of community and being in work or volunteering that benefits the community and society around us. So I myself am somebody that seeks experiences and meeting new people, but in a space that is benefiting Mother Earth or benefiting like the humans that we share this planet with. So I have been spending the last years studying environment and social work. So I like to work with people. I like to work with animals, especially. I think I'm like part animal because I get on better with animals than people sometimes. And all my insecurities and all my anxiety goes when I'm around animals and in the nature. So I'm somebody that, although now I like sharing the hustle with all you guys, like there's so much of me that's like being called back out to the wild. And I'm looking to grow again because I think if you're not flourishing, then you're in the wrong place. And at the moment, I'm getting sunlight and I'm getting rain from all the people around me and the things that we're doing. So I'm somebody that's in still the development stage, still seeking to be a better me. And I'm really loving listening to people around me that I am like, oh, that's a cool way to live. That's a cool perspective to have on life, and see if I can take some of that positivity into my own being. And it's just every time little plant food and little rain that helps me grow a little centimeter higher and higher and higher every day.
That's a nice analogy. I really liked your introduction. Thank you very much.
And my name is Tiernon. Oh, Doherty? Very, maybe that's a giveaway. And my parents called me Tiernan because they like Tirnanog, which is a mythical place in Irish folklore, which means land of eternal youth. And these days in where we are, it feels like everybody's young and free and it remains like this forever. So I think it's very fitting to the situation we find ourselves.
It is. Oh, all right. I think to the thing where you said that you're still on the path and ever evolving. I think that's the most beautiful thing about life, that we all are. And I think, okay, this is far-fetched, but even Buddha he reached a point of enlightenment, yes, but I think he was still a seeker and was still pursuing these things that he could comprehend. We could not comprehend what he was thinking about it, but I think that's really what's all about, that you are always on a journey. And as soon as sometimes when I had my spiritual awakening, I had this feeling of I arrived, I'm there. But then, like shortly after having this feeling of arriving or of arrival, I was like, yeah, but it's only the first chapter. It's still the next journey that's going to start, and I'm still on the way. I haven't reached the end or the goal yet. I reached a milestone, yes, for sure. But I'm still on this path. And when I got the name Kamal in Nepal, it was a huge honor for me, especially because it was to a very holy day, and you could really, it was in Pashupatinath, which is like one of the most biggest temple complexes for Lord Shiva in Nepal. And there I received this new name, and it basically represents the lotus flower and the path to enlightenment, which I really like, because I'm definitely not enlightened, but I'm on the path to enlightenment. I'm not sure if I'm going to reach the spot in this lifetime, or if it takes another lifetime. Most of the Ayurvedic texts and yogis say of 12 or 1,000 lifetimes to really reach this point. But it's nice to be on the path, and that you like know that you're ongoing. And I think that this is really the most beautiful thing, to also realize that you are doing well, you are progressing on the path of finding yourself.
It's encouraging to know that you haven't stood still yet, that there is still movement, and not to be complacent and say like everything's perfect, because we're not perfect, but we can certainly try every day to make ourselves happier and more self-fulfilled, and not desire things around us that society says like you should have this or you should believe this, but stay true to yourself and stay authentic, and then enlightenment like seems like closer and closer.
True. Do you have a milestone where you were like really had this feeling of arrival, where you were like, okay, I really progressed?
To summer 23, I stayed in an eco community in Greece, and there I felt in every way fulfilled and satisfied with the life that I was living. It was balanced, and balance I feel is like one of the key pillars of having a great life. So that this peak or this milestone came because every day the question of like, when was the last time you learned something? And during this like 4 months that I was there, every day I learned something new. And the curiosity in me was fed. And from this nourishment, everything else just went with it. Like the happiness, the idea of connecting with people through the things that we learned, the idea of family with people that were only strangers a few months ago, and now we were sharing everything together. I was connecting with nature because we've done a lot of gardening and permaculture, and went on lovely excursions to the mountains. So for me, the idea that life was balanced to the extent that every day I looked back on it and I said, what an amazing day. So this was an absolute core memory that lasted many months that I'll take with me forever.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I would say we continue with the second question. That is my intro. I'm still working on it. Yeah, we have that. What does happiness or freedom mean to you right now in this chapter of your life?
The freedom that I have right now is to not be tethered to any place or anything or anyone at the moment. I have the feeling that all the people in my life that are not currently with me and are elsewhere scattered across the world, that I know that I love them and they love me, and there's no fragility in this connection that I have to be a certain way unless it gets cut. Like, it's like I don't feel that I'm burdened or I'm chained to that connection, because I know that it flows two ways and it's not pulling me back. I'm not attached to anything that's not with me right now, because I don't have anything in this life. I have no materials anywhere else that if they went missing or something happened to them, that they would emotionally upset me. And at the moment I feel like I'm in the right place. And I only have some nostalgia for the past, but I don't have homesickness, or I don't crave to be anywhere else. So this idea of freedom comes from not my emotions coming down because of something that I don't have right now. And I think that the freedom that I want in the next months or years, however long the process takes, is the freedom of my own flaws, like my insecurities and self-esteem and any negative qualities inside of me that take me down, that stop me from flourishing. And I think that would be the ultimate freedom, is to not have these things inside me anymore. Or if they exist, to just let them flow through me, acknowledge that they're there, and then they're gone after a few deep breaths. So this would be the ultimate freedom, is to just be myself, but not hate myself, just to love myself. With no egotistical or arrogant thoughts about that, just to be happy. That's my idea of freedom.
That is absolutely beautiful. Would you also say that is the source of happiness as well? Or that it corresponds to freedom and the happiness for you? Or would you say that when you are more happy that you have to give in or give up some of your freedom for happiness? Or is it the other way around? Or is it not like this, that you don't have to give anything up for your happiness?
I think it's definitely an aspect of my life so far that, yes, I haven't found the balance, because I am troubled with anxiety and self-esteem, that when I've had relationships, or I've been in one place, sometimes I've been thinking of other places and other situations, and I guess that would be giving up this idea of freedom. But as the years have gone on, since the worst moments of that I've had, it's like slowly becoming less that I'm giving up happiness and gaining more freedom, or more freedom and less happiness, that it's starting to become very, very in tune with each other. that I think right now I feel that I have uh, a lot of happiness, and yes, the freedom maybe doesn't exist in the idea that, okay, I have to work and I have to have money to stay at this moment in time, but also I'm not struggling to the point where I'm really unhappy. So it's like I'm doing the best I can to find a way to have both, you know, not work too much, not do nothing, just find the happiness in the little things during the day, whether it's cooking, communicating with people, nice conversations. I'm looking for alternative ways to find moments of happiness, and if that's just a walk outside or a run, that at this moment in my life, that's fulfilling enough.
I would say you forgot the thrifting.
Thrifting, yes. Because I feel I left Ireland with a lot of luggage, and then as I went on my journey, started my journey 1.5 years ago, I started giving my things away to people, and slowly, I managed it, and it got to a smaller amount. And now that I'm here, it's starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But maybe my happiness as well comes with self-expression. It's like, I need to feel comfortable, not just in my skin, but in my clothes that I wear too. And I really feel value in finding thrift store hauls that are secondhand and need a new new life inside of them before I inevitably give them back to somebody again. And this is the cycle of secondhand clothes.
Absolutely beautiful. And I have to say, this jacket is like, how much did you pay it now for it?
$30.
$30?
Yes. I think
absolutely worth it.
It's perfect. I envision myself in the future wearing this quite a lot. Yes. And it's nice. It's not just the jacket, the top. I think if I was there on my own, maybe I wouldn't have bought it, but it's when you're in company and you're shopping together, there's like more confidence in myself to wear something that is again outside my comfort zone, because it's like very colorful out there. And it's got a lot happening.
I feel you. I didn't think without you I would have bought the thing. Oh, I think I'll wear it eventually for one of the videos, so the people out there will be hooked now. Like, what is he going to wear?
Sometimes you go shopping like this and other people maybe encourage you, or like you want to buy it, you're not sure, they encourage you, you buy it, but then as soon as you start wearing it and you feel comfortable, it's yours. Like, they just give you the little push that you need, and then you go through the door and you show the world like, yep, this is mine, this is me. Yes, it's cool.
I think it's like really, like you said, enjoying the little things that give life appreciation and make life richer. It also shows that you don't need much for true happiness, and that it comes most of the time from within. And of course you can have a nice car or buy a lot of stuff, and I think this is like more short-term pleasure, and it gets you hooked as easy as a drug that you just need more and more and more.
I think I have a core memory of my dad telling me the law of diminishing returns, that the first time you get in that really nice car, it's 100% happiness, but after that, every time you get inside of it, it's like 99, 98, 97, and you'll never get that satisfying feeling. But if I just share a tea with somebody, or I go on a run, like
Uncle Ivan move, you want me to top up your
yes, there is no, it's not a comparable feeling every time. It's new, it's enjoyable, whether there's conversation or there's silence, it's just a great connection.
Yeah. Oh, I know how I will call this episode. Tea time with tea.
That's perfect.
Yeah. I was thinking of a good name for the interview with Nick. I think I will call that one, the snow leopard have the conversation with the lion, or the other way around. It's absolutely fantastic that this is really working out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't thank you enough for really being an interview partner and being so supportive for letting me use the laptop and everything.
It would be nice in life. It's like, it doesn't feel like an interview, it just feels like a nice conversation we're having. But I wish in life more conversations were like this. It's like, there's a certain vulnerability that you allow once you like decide to sit down for the set interview. But if all conversations were just like, I'm gonna ask you a very intimate question and then you have the freedom to talk. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think more people should just have the bravery or the courage to open up and show some vulnerability, because I think this is also true strength to show yourself to the fullest and to really stop hiding behind a mask. I was wearing a lot of masks throughout my entire life, and it took quite a while to really show my true self. And I think my true self is more Kamal, and Carl is also just a mask that was put on me by my parents, the environment I grew up in, and it took the traveling to realize that this is not me, and my true persona or the person that I want to be and aspire to be is Kamal, the wandering lion. And I will try to find more characters that I can really show also the world and the people that are watching this that it's okay to talk about those things, and it's okay to open up, and it should be just more people to be honest, you know. So many times that people eat it up inside instead of just letting it out, because they're what would the person think of me if I tell her that?
Yeah.
Like, that she thinks I'm crazy, or some other mind games, and we never really try to open up. So I hope that we can inspire some courage in others by talking about topics like this, to really create more understanding.
Sometimes I feel that understanding is like, actually, they think, or you think, or like when you travel and meet new people, that they're teaching you something, and in a lot of ways they're just unteaching you the things that you were taught that aren't true, that you heard from your own environment or your parents or uncle or teacher or someone at school, and then just because they said it at an early age, it's like a core belief now. But then when you travel, it's like, oh god, I was so wrong about that. I had like, it's a way to deconstruct the very fabric of your mentality.
Absolutely.
You can do that in a very short space of time. Whereas the thing that they taught you could be in your whole childhood, could be in your adolescent years. And then you go for 1 week away and you meet people, or you see a different way of living, and you're like, okay, that's not what they told me, you know?
Do you have an example for one of those core-shattering experiences? Because like, when you said it, I was like, do I have something? Because it absolutely resonated with me, but
I think, quite a few, like definitely with communities, like people have, racist beliefs about certain communities where I'm from, and when you're young, it's like, you're kind of brought up with the idea like, don't hang around with them, they're dangerous, don't be a part of them. And I remember being in school, it was like completely, all white Irish people, and I never seen another ethnicity for many years. And the TV and movies would have you believe that these minorities are this way, and they push their beliefs on you. But then, actually, when I went to my second high school, I left one high school, I went to another, and I was hanging out with people of different cultures around like the Middle East, and they were like the most open-minded, cool people that I met in my life, and was not anything that had been described to me in my previous school that were all just this white Irish people. So that was my first understanding of like, oh, people are actually like very wrong and they just say things that they're repeating from another generation. And the same with being in a city and growing up, and everybody will many times look down on people from the countryside. But then when I was a little bit older and I went to the countryside and stayed with these people for a longer time, I was absolutely in admiration at like I'm speaking specifically about some like farmers that like living not close to the cities or towns, but I stayed with them for a while, doing like volunteering and everything. And they were so knowledgeable about the land, about the species of animals and trees that existed there. Also the folklore of the land. They knew the history of the culture of all the generations that lived there before them. And like none of that was ever taught to me or mentioned to me. It was just that, yeah, these people are down the country and they farm, they just think of money, they don't care, they destroy the environment for profit, like they just want to make the beef for the cattle and they don't care about anything else. But actually when I was down there, they were very protective about the nature that existed there. So that was like cool, like I had that belief because so many people said it to me, and then it's gone.
And what made you do, like, after you really saw and experienced, it's not like this, they are absolutely kind and are protective of the environment. Did it make you doubt the environment you grew up in, or what made it make you do it?
I think the environment that I grew up in, I always had a doubt because my parents were teaching me the other way, like the empathetic way, to say that don't judge people based on their culture, their background, or ethnicity. And already, like, I had friends or people in class and neighbors and random people speaking in bars, and they'd say the opposite, and I already knew, like, well, that's not true. Just like already I was in conflict with hearing these things, but certainly my parents didn't give me the information on everything, so there's still a lot that I need to deconstruct that exists.
Yeah, but you would say they gave you the key or the glasses to really see. And
social awareness, they gave me critical thinking as well. So yeah, they gave me the building blocks to be more open-minded about these things.
Yeah, this critical thinking is, I think, really important, that you question the things that are said by TV or whatever, and not to just like doubt everything and say, no, that's wrong. But with critical thinking and critical awareness is, of course, to doubt, but to, if you are proven wrong, to accept that you are wrong. And also to be not afraid of asking those questions. And is it like really like this? And for example, with toothpaste, I switched my toothpaste quite a while ago, cause fluoride is a poison. And in the advertisement they say, this is what makes your white teeth shiny and white. And yeah, it does so, but it's like really poisonous. That's why children are not allowed to use normal toothpaste, because they could swallow it. And you are not allowed to swallow your toothpaste because that is poisonous for you. And we use that to brush our teeth and use it in our mouth. And through my arisen critical awareness, I was thinking, hey, there must be a smarter or easier way on how the ancient people had or were able to use toothpaste. But now we have the technology and the knowledge to enhance and work with those things. And in Germany, I found a company that is like selling toothpaste, deodorant, and showers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now here on the farmers market, I found another shop that is selling toothpaste, and it's not much more expensive. It lasts quite a while, and I just feel so much more healthier instead of using the lotion, the oil pulling that I was talking about. It's just those natural remedies that are kind of forgotten, and I really went off there. But through the critical thinking and through like just being curious, I would reckon as well, you can change so much about the way you live and how you see and perceive life. And before I was always feeling a little bit not unsafe, but not really good in my skin. Something was off. Something was missing or lacking. And by now I feel so much more vibrant, and I quit drinking, not eating that much sugar, and really looking, what I eat and put in my body, no matter if it's like eating or cosmetics. And that was a little bit of advertisement for natural stuff. But I don't think that it's too bad. I mean, I want to try to stand for something that is more.
I mean, like that's again, like I speak for these things, but then you're telling me like fluoride is poison, and now I have to gather that information and make a decision, like, do I want to consume poison or not? So these are the small everyday moments that you can use all together to change your belief system and criticize like the companies and the system that we live in that would poison us.
Absolutely. And with critical thinking, it's also too important to not just blindly believe me, but maybe this guy is just like a nut job. I should like maybe like Google it. What is he saying? You know, and just like, but Kamal said like no. It's like I want to try to encourage the people to like make your own thoughts and do the internet research, or like really do the research, and then you will surely find out that you're in But yeah, that's what I think critical thinking is really about, to not just blindly trust. I think you are one of them persons where I would like really say, okay, yeah, I don't really need to fact check, because you also have a critical thinking. Same with Eduardo. When Eduardo says something, of course, if it sounds really ridiculous, I might like, okay, man, yeah, you sure you're right about that? But other than that, I'm not, I can trust this person.
Yeah.
And it's really cool when you have persons like that in your life to say.
It's like more learning than questioning.
Absolutely. Alright. Then I think we can slowly come to an end, which is really sad, but I am slowly getting hungry and I need to make food for tomorrow for the day.
And we'll talk tomorrow at work, tomorrow living together, tomorrow evening, party. Like, this is just a small lapse, small moment.
I mean, we still are here for quite some time. Maybe we can just do interview part 2, tea time with tea, part 2. Alright, so if you could give one piece of soulful advice to someone standing on the edge of change, what would that be?
Stay kind, stay empathetic, stay true to the belief that there is good in this world and you can be part of it, because change always can come at a price, or you desire something, but ultimately, like, is it gonna fulfill you? Will it feed the needs, the happiness? So stay kind to yourself, empathetic to those around you. Don't change in a way that's purely for financial gains that maybe will take away from your freedom or your happiness. And if the thing that you're changing or morphing into isn't nourishing and flourishing your life, then probably it's not the good change that you need. Or look at it as something very small in your whole being. And yeah, just like hug yourself, love yourself. And maybe the change doesn't need to be so huge. It's just like little steps.
That's a good piece of soulful advice. Hugging yourself or hugging others. Oh, I think this is like really the important things to find love, to stay connected. Alright. Is there anything else that you want to share with me or the audience or both?
I think the best thing you can do at home, at traveling, with the friends that you have, with the people you're just made friends with, be passionate about that connection. Don't take it for granted. Do something. Whether it's ringing up a friend or just randomly saying like, okay, let's bake something, let's cook something together. Like, passion shouldn't just exist in romantic relationships. Like, it's great to have in every friendship that you exists on this planet. So I would say more passion.
Very well said. Alright. Then I will say my last words. Stay curious, stay grounded, and stay true to who you are. And, well, that's it. Cheers.
Cheers. I have such dead leg and pins and needles.